That was a great interview that you did with Austin on Instagram Live, and it got me thinking about some of my favorite WrestleMania moments. You mentioned WrestleMania 10, Ariel. I would still say my favorite WrestleMania match is Bret Hart, Owen Hart at WrestleMania 10. I watched it last night in preparation for this. It still holds up today. The match is beautiful storytelling with a fantastic finish, and it played very well to the story of WrestleMania 10 as a whole. But Peter, what's your favorite WrestleMania match or moment?
I'm so, how you say something your whole life, and then you get to a certain point, you don't even know if it's true anymore, if it's just what you always say. My favorite color has always been orange. This couch happens to be orange, but is it really my favorite color, or did I just start saying it a long time ago? My favorite match was always Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Macho Man at WrestleMania 3. It blew my mind when I was 8 years old, and if you watch it right now, it still blows my mind. It's beautifully done. But it's so funny. We all separately lived in the same era of WrestleManias this week. I sort of always refer to it as the Repug era of WrestleManias. 9, 10, you can really start as early as 8 in some ways, but 9, 10, 11, 12. And I went through them, and I got to tell you, everything Bret did in those Manias is brilliant. The Iron Man match is brilliant. The match with Owen is brilliant. Everything Bret did on that stage is why I consider him the GOAT, right? So while I would call the greatest Mania match of all time Savage Steamboat, I think any of those Bret matches from that era you could put up as one of the best matches of all time.
Can I share mine? I'm an unabashed Bret Hart fan. He was my favorite wrestler growing up. At a time, he was my favorite athlete, period. I told the story earlier this week. I would go to the doctor's office to get a shot, and I would be so nervous about it. My mom would tell me to close my eyes and think about something that made me happy, and I would think about Bret Hart winning the heavyweight championship. This is before he ever tasted gold. That's how much I love Bret Hart. And my favorite WrestleMania moment actually involves a down moment for Bret Hart. My favorite WrestleMania of all time, and I can't believe that so many people hate on it, is WrestleMania 4, the one-night tournament. I love the one-night tournament.
I'm with you 100%. The most underrated WrestleMania by far.
Yes.
Wow.
And the moment that sticks with me the most, that had the most impact on me as a fan, Bret supposedly winning the Battle Royal, think he won. I'm like, wow, the tag team guy. There was something about Bret that I always loved. I don't know if it was the hair, his swag, the pink, something. And he kind of in that moment, he broke through from Jim the Anvil Neidhart, and he was like a singles winner. I was like, oh my God, Bret won. And then Bad News Brown hits him in the back with the ghetto blaster, and then he wins, and that stuck with me. Like, I was upset. I was pissed off about that. And so if you ask me my favorite WrestleMania 4, favorite moment, even though it was a bad moment, the one that like had the greatest impact on me as a kid, as a fan, it's that one.
But think about it. It wasn't a bad moment. For you as a kid, as a fan, that was Bret's face turn. All he had to do was throw the trophy at Bad News Brown, and Bret was now a babyface. So, and I think it's one of the things that you can't overstate about Bret is that we're almost the exact same age. I'm like a year older than you, I think. That I loved Bret and thought he was the best wrestler ever without any knowledge of what good wrestling was. That's how good he was. I was 8 years old. I didn't know what good was, but I knew that the two wrestlers who made me just freak out the most were Davey Boy Smith and Bret the Hitman Hart. Like, those two guys were just special. And as you watch Bret throughout his career, you realize he was just always that damn good.